The oven's preheated. I'm Mario. That's my Croatian co-host, Franco, a.k.a. Papa Fazul.
Papa.
We're the Different Podcast. Do me a favor. If you're on YouTube, like, comment, share, spank that subscribe button. And audio listeners, follow us and leave a 5-star review. We're here. Who are we sitting down with tonight, Frank?
Oh, man, I'm so excited for this one. We got our boy Al Fenza. You've probably seen his face in front of restaurants all across the country. He's a chef. He's a DJ. I don't know where we're going to take this one, but we got a lot to talk about. Stay tuned and jump right in. Let's go.
Keep it cooking in the oven. The oven. The oven. Yep. The oven. The oven. The oven. Yep. The oven. The oven. The oven. Smells good. The oven. The oven. Yep.
Al,
What's up, my brother?
thanks for coming, brother.
My pleasure, man. We're all in this together.
Yes, sir.
We're all in this together.
It's going to be a good one, man. I've been looking forward to this.
Yeah, listen, off the record, that ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah.
Ooh, baby, come on.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
From the hip.
good energy, drink a lot of water, never give up on your dreams, and more importantly, just understand that you're one in one, and flesh bones is the starter kit to a journey in life. We get one shot here. We don't know where we end up. That's the greatest mystery of life. And nothing should really fear you except the devil. That's the way how I look at it.
I love it.
That's the way how I look at it.
I think those were the deepest words ever said. on
Yeah,
this
I like to
podcast.
get deep,
I
man.
love it.
I like to get deep.
No, I love it, man.
I like to get deep. I like to get deep.
So I know we said we're going to start with the haters, but I feel like I just want to roll right into this right now. 2 of your lines: "Life is beautiful," and "I love you already."
So, this is an interesting story. Life is Beautiful is an unbelievable movie.
Yes.
Okay. That movie is a state of mind. Now, growing up Italian, I actually hate the stereotypical Italian, how you doing, all that stuff. I think it's just, I mean, you could laugh at it, but it comes to a point. It's like I'm 42. When I first heard Dominic the Donkey, when I was like 4, I thought I got the biggest kick out of it. Now you play that Christmas, it's like, turn that shit off. It's getting played out like that. So growing up Italian, my father I used to visit my father in a place that I thought was sleepaway camp. So between the ages 5 and 9, I kept on visiting Daddy in sleepaway camp every Saturday. And that's what my parents told me. Yeah, Daddy's in sleepaway camp. Daddy's in sleepaway camp. And when my dad came home, we had a coming home party for him. And for years, I really thought my dad was in sleepaway camp until when I got older, my parents were like, yeah, Daddy got in trouble for being an Italian on a Friday night. That's what they told me. Basically, he was in a place, and I thought it was the coolest thing. And then that they made that up. We still laugh about it to this day. I don't think anything differently of it. What I do remember is that the most gangster thing in the world is being a family man and supporting your family. But when I saw the movie Life is Beautiful and I saw how that kid was in the Holocaust, the worst thing in the world, by the way, I used to be the biggest Kanye West fan. F that man for what he did. That's just absolutely insane, but that's just off the record. I don't know, bro.
Off the record, on the record.
I don't know how
Wow.
people are even talking about that. Where's all these? That guy should be abolished. But after I saw that movie and I saw how that kid went through the Holocaust, thinking that it was a video game, I resonated with that, and I realized how beautiful life was. That's why I say life is beautiful.
Buongiorno principessa.
Yeah, exactly.
How was that?
Buongiorno,
Was that good
principessa.
Italian?
Yeah, no, that was good. Listen, Italians, bro, if you say something wrong, they act on the internet like you lowered their credit score. But when you actually go to Italy, bro, it's all love, man. They don't care what you say. It's like when you go to a Mexican restaurant and you say enchiladas wrong. You think they give a shit?
No.
They don't care like that.
It's all good.
I love
good
that. I love that you brought up the accents and all that.
Yeah, like who cares? Like I look at it like this, right? Because some of these dudes get so brolic. They get so serious about it. If you met the girl of your dreams and you were about to get your freak on and she said prosciutto the wrong way, you telling me you're going to be like, hey, baby, I can't get my freak on with you. You said prosciutto the wrong way. Like, let's be real here. Like, everything's just a state of mind, I guess.
Yeah,
you know?
no, and I feel like these influencers really just contributed to that and just took everything over the top.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I actually hate the word influencer. I consider myself more of the Pirate of the Caribbean. I went to culinary school. I studied the art of music my whole life. But you don't have to go to culinary school to be something great. Everything comes from within. I mean, bro, like there's a Miles Davis quote that I actually have tattooed on my leg. And it basically says, anybody could play, meaning the guitar. The note is 20%, but the attitude of the motherfucker that plays it is 80%. So, but listen, influencers have a job to do. It's to influence, and I respect anything, but the fake voices. And when did some of these food reactions these people have when they have a baked ziti, bro? It literally looks like porn, like the pop shots at the end. And yo, it's the same pattern: foreplay, sex, pop shot. Be a little provocative and mix it all in between and throw it all in one. That's the way how I look at it.
Mario's going to be using Pop Shot for the next couple weeks.
Yeah, I'm taking that with me.
Yeah, bro, do what you got to do, bro. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do in this crazy world.
So speaking of Italians jumping down your throat for saying prosciutto wrong, let's talk about how you came onto the scene, supporting local businesses, and then all of a sudden you start getting all this hate. What happened with that?
You know, at first, I used to question it, like, what's going on? Because I watch a lot of things on YouTube, and I know that there's dudes that do like jackass things, like they'll run into a restaurant, not pay a tab, and those guys get a lot of hate.
As they should.
Yeah, as they should, absolutely. And then I separated the two, and then I slowly started to realize, okay, this is working. Because there's a lot of insecure people out there. And I've also come to accept the fact that I was just at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame a couple of weeks ago, and after the tour, the guy said the greatest artists in the world that you see that are in this room, that have bigger exhibits, received more hate than anybody else, and that's who made them who they are. I'm on a long road, and I'll tell you one thing right now, from what the right people tell me, dude, you know, you got to go do this to understand greatness. So at the end of the day, listen, man, you know, I'm blessed to have Delta medallions, and I say that in the most non-egotistical way.
Me too.
I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be able to go to 19 states. If you saw my Delta app right now, you would be like, damn, I'm blessed to do all that. I'm not in the same place at the same time. So it's like when Hugh Hefner was in a jacuzzi and he was with a bunch of Playboy mates, Playboy women, right? Do you think that motherfucker gave a fuck about the fat guy with the belly and carpenter jeans that was like, you're a loser? Because I'm not saying I feel like Hugh Hefner, but that's really what these haters are like, you know? Mm-hmm. If I've come to my conclusion, if you don't like something that I say, if you disagree with a place I go to, we could talk like a human being. But if you want to go out there and hate, there's you're projecting something on yourself that you wish you had. Mm-hmm. Because confidence, bro, it fucking kills a lot of people's.
Absolutely.
It kills people, you know? And listen, bro, you know, the other day, a restaurant owner with really bad teeth decided to come at me. And, yo, as I said to you before, I'm counting 17 people that hit me up. I'm not going to that motherfucker's restaurant anymore. And, you know, the oldest saying in hip-hop, don't start no shit, won't be no shit. I got nothing but love. I pray for this man. I pray for this man because I know he's suffering from an identity crisis. But one thing I do learn in life, and this is just reading, pick and choose your enemies wisely. And if you got more skeletons in your closet than a Grateful Dead song, my brother, just remember, I'm not in one place at the same time. Just watch yourself. Just watch yourself because, you know, there's an old thing that I remember seeing years and years ago. It was when Eminem made fun of Michael Jackson at an award show. Eminem, very talented man. I love that man. And what had happened was he pissed Michael Jackson off, and Michael Jackson sat there, and he nodded his head while his whole family looked at him, and the next day he bought all of Eminem's publishing. So Michael Jackson owns all of Eminem. Bro, listen, don't piss anybody off, man. And also, too, don't come at people because some people could fight a bigger battle than you. And when there's more people that like, I think it's safe to say that more people like me than certain other people that are haters. Don't just pick and choose your battles wisely, especially if I know certain skeletons in your closet that you don't want to come to light.
Absolutely. What was he coming at you for?
You know, listen, the one time I say that certain people shouldn't be doing this, I don't want to get too specific, but I will say that he just came at me because, you know, his restaurant must be failing, because I don't know how someone could write me a novel at 7 p.m. on a fucking Monday when you should be filling your seats. Again, don't come at someone if you should not be coming at them, especially if that person knows all your skeletons that you have in your closet. And again, I don't want no beef with nobody. I don't want people to tell me that they're not going to this person's restaurant. After all that happened, bro, I said a prayer. I was in my beautiful hotel room. When I say beautiful hotel room, I don't care where I stay, but I was in my beautiful hotel room enjoying my space. I said a prayer for the man, and I let that go. But hearing people say that we're not going to that guy's restaurant, it does bother me. As much as I want to fucking ether this motherfucker off this face of the earth, as much as I don't want to, we got mutual friends, and his mutual friends didn't even agree what he did. But we'll leave it off as that. Just my brother. I pray for you. Good luck with yourself. But I'm always going to make fun of your fucking teeth. Let's leave it as that.
And, you know, you got into what you're doing to help people. You know,
Yeah.
the last thing you want is this kind of thing.
Yeah,
coming
I
your
don't
way.
talk about anything negative. I don't talk about politics. I don't talk about religion. I don't talk about sexuality. I talk about love, 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 love. So to me, if you have a fucking problem with that, take a look in yourself in the mirror.
Absolutely.
That's how I look at it.
I mean, obviously, man, the haters, it means you're doing something right.
I had to
in
accept
in
that.
a sense.
I had to accept that because at first I was a little confused. It didn't ruin my day, but then I realized, you know, I'm very lucky to have met the people I've met, and I could ask my heroes and my idols for advice, and they do that. These people can't. So the fact that I could ask some of the biggest people in the world that are chefs, certain types of food people, and I ask them advice and they give me advice, I'm blessed for that.
Absolutely.
I'm blessed
man.
for that.
That's part of that 80% that you were talking about.
Yeah,
You know, about that 80% about being a person.
Exactly, and you have to understand, like, you know, in my business, right? It's all about customer service. It's all about pleasing people, and you know, some of these influencers necessarily don't get it. Where it's just like, yo, pay attention to who follows you, pay attention who likes you, because I love to talk to people. I love to get to know people. I love to talk to a new person every day, no matter who they are, no matter what beliefs they have, no matter what they look like, what shape and size, because that's just who I am. Like, that's just, I have a lot of my grandmothers in me. I could bullshit with anybody.
Yeah.
You know, that's something like that.
That's it. So, I mean, you talked about your influencers and your idols. I mean, you know, Jacques Pépin, French Culinary Institute. Did I hit that on the nose?
Yeah, you hit the nail on the dot. That's the
Good.
reason why I went to culinary school.
What's like the most pivotal lesson you took from someone like that?
So we had to do this midterm, and it was a salad niçoise, one of my favorite salads, and I forgot the can of tuna. It was a stupid thing where we could only get our ingredients the first 5 minutes. And I forgot the can of tuna, which was like the star of the show. And I said, fuck. But I said, you know what? I was the only kid from New York in my class. Chef, I got to go to the bathroom. I ran to the corner bodega. I got a can of tuna. And on the way back, he caught me with the can of tuna.
Did he love that?
At first, he looked at me, and French people are very interesting people because you don't know which way they'll go. They're very cunning and quirky. And I know French people get hate. I love everybody. French really invented the technique of cooking. It was stolen by a lot of things. Don't come at me. This is just French technique is the technique to every culinary. So he saw the can of tuna. He looks at me. He's like, wait right here. Got a couple of other chefs, and he made me tell him what I did. Bro, they were hysterical laughing. They told me to go back to class, not even worry about it. And the rest was history.
That's amazing.
And one thing I learned from that was just to have a lot of fun. Be fun. Don't take things seriously. Because in great kitchens, they don't give a fuck if you're fucked up. You just make the best food out there.
Yep.
Get it out in time.
That's the name of the game, man.
Yeah, it's the name of the game.
However you do it, just do it right.
Yeah, exactly. That's really what it all is.
Let's let this man light his joint over here.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
right up to that. Come on.
I don't need it. It doesn't need me. But I choose to smoke and just stay in that zone.
I would have to agree with that wholeheartedly, dude. Like, after work, the first puff of that joint, I kind of look forward to it. Like halfway through my day, I'm like, hey, I just got to do this one more time. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna get to go home, smoke some blueberry from Cloud Forest, and start
No,
working again.
it goes a long way.
Franco
it goes a
just
long
says
way.
he kind of looks forward to it. He absolutely looks forward to it.
I'm downplaying a little bit over here. I'm downplaying a little
Growing up, my mother found my bubbler, and I walk into the kitchen, and she's like, "I know what you're doing, Albert." And I thought she was gonna say, "Okay, this is it. I gotta come clean." She's like, "You're smoking crack, Albert." And yo, I remember I had to educate my parents. My dad is street guy. My mom is street girl too, on what crackheads look like and what crack looks and smells like. And then when they found my bong, like a few months later, my father comes in the backyard. "You're smoking crack out of this." And I remember telling him, I said, if I took a fucking crack hit out of a 5-foot bong, I would be fucking dead.
Yeah,
And he
I'd wake
looks
up
at
next
me,
week.
and he looks at me. He's like, "How would you know that?" I was like, "Isn't it fucking common sense? Isn't it common sense?"
He put it back on you right away.
Well, at the end of the day, it took a lot of breaking in, but
get the
I'm
right-
sure my father has friends who smoke weed now. You know, so.
Especially now, dude.
Bro,
Everyone smokes now.
Bro, every recipe, every movie, everything, somebody was fucked up inventing it.
Oh, absolutely,
You know?
absolutely. What do you think? Now that we lit this joint, in your opinion, what is the best food or drink combination with a joint? So really not food. I'm gonna go. What do you think is the best drink combination to have with a joint? I'm doing it right now, in my opinion. I have my salted caramel coffee. I have a nice fat joint. I'm ready to go for the next couple hours.
My brother, I love kombucha.
Okay.
I love kombucha. Yeah, I love kombucha. Believe it or not, if you order kombucha off Uber Eats, they have to ID you because it has like a small percentage of alcohol. So I don't know if these teenagers are drinking 30 kombuchas to get drunk, but that's a lot of probiotics in your body. But best combo with food, I mean, you got to realize, bro, soda and pizza. That's the best combo. I am a Kool-Aid guy, but I make my own organic Kool-Aid. I do like Kool-Aid, but I drink more water than anything. So I'll drink water with pizza if I have to. It's just, I do get like an organic Coca-Cola, but I try to, believe it or not, man, I try to like, I have this whole nutrition approach. I only really take one bites of everything. I fast all day. If I try to eat the same meat all day, if I'm doing chicken, I don't like to mix things like that. So I kind of have it down to a science. And on the weekends, I fast for like 24 hours. I don't eat until like 9 p.m. And it's all roasted. It's like usually always like a roasted vegetable sandwich, like 15 different. Or believe it or not, bro, the Matthew McConaughey tuna salad is one of the best things I've ever had in my life.
Is that like
Really?
Oh my God, bro! I can't stop eating it. I'm addicted to it. It's bro, it's crazy.
I was gonna ask if you had like a crazy stoner recipe up your sleeve. What's the Matthew McConaughey tuna salad?
It's like peas, wasabi, mayo, red onion, apples, corn, vinegar, Italian dressing. But I keep jalapeno potato chips, bro. It doesn't get better than that.
Really?
It does not get
That's
better than that.
That's a mix.
You lost me at the wasabi.
That was the third one in.
Bro, it is fire. When it comes to my favorite late night snacks, believe it or not, I like these mango gummies that are organic. That's my go-to. And I love the Justin's peanut butter cups. So I have like 2-3 peanut butter cups. Some of those little, you gotta eat right. You know, these kids are getting they're eating too much shit.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yep.
that's the crazy thing like that.
It's crazy. Someone's so involved in food to be so disciplined in what you do off the camera. That's great to see.
So I'm a big organic guy. If you open up the fridge, everything's organic. My marshmallow's organic. So I rewarded myself with that. But I don't think a lot of these food influencers realize that there's got to be a balance. Like, and don't get
America
me,
doesn't realize there's got to be a balance.
Yeah,
Especially-
you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although,
Especially
listen, I had
being-
Burger King today. What do you want me to do?
But, you know, I mean, listen, I have the last fat. So believe it or not, we don't do it anymore. But I used to do Domino's every year on New Year's Day. But then I stopped doing it during the pandemic. And then I remember one time we came back from Disney World. This was like 2022. Me and my wife ordered it. And, bro, believe it or not, that one time a year, Domino's used to fucking hit on a whole other different type of level. we had it. It just tastes like peroxide. It was horrible. Fuck this. Then one year we're like, yeah, we got to get our fast food game on once a year. We went to Taco Bell. Taco Bell is the most genius fast food concept because that's one thing that you could order everything off that menu.
And you never had a bad experience.
Yeah, exactly. Right? And listen, I got a strong stomach. It doesn't really, nothing really fucks with me. But like, you know, we just stopped doing that too. Now we usually, it's either Waffle House because we're always in the South around Christmas time, or In-N-Out Burger, which I love In-N-Out Burger. I do love All American, even though certain friends of mine who are very powerful burger people, you know, they have questioned it. Believe it or not, Burger City is fire also. That's like, people need to talk about that place more.
So all right, let's get to this then. Burger City, All American, In-N-Out.
Yeah, but the best burger I personally ever had was my buddy George Motz's burger at Hamburger America. He makes the best smash burger known to mankind. The problem I have with smash burgers is that once you get them out of the bag, the whole bun is wet. I don't know what he does, but there's a reason why he is the Anthony Bourdain of burgers.
Where is that place?
Dude.
It's in the city.
Oh, okay.
It's in the city.
What's the name of it?
Hamburger America.
Hamburger America?
That's the best smash burger I've ever had.
That down.
Also, too, those are the two. There's also No Good Burger Joint in Baldwin.
Yep.
Fantastic burger. Those are my top, and Hildebrands.
Okay.
Those are my top. What makes Hildebrands so special is that you can get some amazing ice cream afterwards. They make some amazing ice cream. So that, bro, it touches my soul.
There's always room for ice cream.
Yeah.
So I'm in on that.
And All American does have a good.
Right next door.
No,
That
I like the ice cream the milkshake.
The milkshake.
Yeah,
from All
strawberry.
American.
I'm a vanilla strawberry guy to the death of me.
Vanilla and strawberry?
Mixed together. Oh
okay.
my God. It's one of my favorites at In-N-Out.
So while we're here, I had a few bests that I wanted to get from you. You gave us the best burger. What about the best taco? Where can we get that?
So Long Island, New York, like Long Island wise,
Yes.
Tommy Tacos. That's because it's cool. There's other great taco places, but Tommy has a birria that is just the best, one of the best birrias I ever had. There's other great taco places too. East Coast Taco. Those are my people as well. East Coast Taco is not too many people talk about East Coast Tacos. They're located in Brooklyn. They're going to be out here. That's a great street taco.
Where are they coming out here? Do you know?
They're going to be in Carl Place. They actually were the ones that were in the news that got the equipment stolen.
Oh, wow.
And they found the equipment back, and they found those scumbags. Fuck Potch Deli. You're not going to be in business ever. But that's that. But then that's Long Island. I'm giving them a cue because they're going to be in Long Island. And then there's Los Tacos in the city, which is just... But Moriscos, Jaliscos, and Sonora Town in L.A., those...
Special.
Yeah, those are special. So that's there. So I gave you New York and I gave you all around.
Okay, what about back to Long Island? Because I know you can only get the best egg sandwiches on Long Island. Where are we going for the best egg sandwich? Oh, he disagrees.
Are you going to say Connecticut right now?
No, bro, that's a hard question right now. I don't even know. I actually lost train of thought. Oh my God. Provisions Bakery in Oyster Bay has an amazing egg sandwich.
What separates them?
It's from a bakery?
It's from a bakery. They make their own bread and everything. Yeah. There was a place in Wantor that I just had a chopped egg sandwich. Bagel Corner had an unbelievable one. The Bagel Boss in Bayshore had an unbelievable one too. Other ones I kind of forgot off the top of my head, to be honest with you.
You said you liked the chopped from Bagel Corner.
And the chopped one I also had too at the Bayshore Bagel Boss. Unbelievable. Thing is, though, you got to make an omelet and you got to put the cheese in the middle and you got to use a good form of bacon that sometimes you have like these egg sandwiches and the way how the bacon sticks out, you feel like you got like an action figure and put it in between bread and his legs are sticking out. That's the best way I could.
No, you're so
That's
right.
a great
That's
analogy.
the best way. And it's weird, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't like when my eggs eggs are already weird enough.
believe
dude.
it or not, man, a slice thick of ham on an egg sandwich is fire.
What cheese are you putting on your egg sandwich?
Bro, you got to go American, man. You know, you could do Monterey Jack, you could do cheddar, but American just is always going to hit different.
See, like I'm American all day on anything, but if I'm going an egg sandwich, I can substitute a mozzarella for it.
I could see that. I could see
substitute,
that.
I can
I could see
substitute the
that.
mozz.
I agree.
But
could see
if
that.
I'm doing an omelet, feta cheese all day.
Oh,
You know, feta cheese doesn't melt, but I will say this. Feta
What
cheese.
does that mean?
I like my cheese melted in my omelet, my brother. I like the cheese melted in my omelet, my brother. This weed is good, bro.
Yeah, man.
This weed is really
You're
good,
you're
bro.
smoking on the Cloud Forest Boogie
I
Down
was
Bronx.
just in Detroit and smoking on, bro. I got so high in Detroit. I swear to God, I got in the car and for like, this happens every now and then when I'm really high. I forget where I am. So I was in the car and I was solo. And I remember I turned the car on and I pulled out. I'm like, yo, I was about to put my house address in from Detroit. I was like, oh my God, where the fuck am I? And then I was like, all right, I'm in Detroit. Let me just go back to the fucking hotel room.
Why is it 9 hours back to the hotel?
Yeah. Yeah. Detroit's not it's a nice, Cleveland's only 6 hours. Detroit's probably like 9. Get on the road and see life.
so
Oh, not for nothing. We said we were gonna bring this up with all these planes going down. Get on the road and see life, dude.
Yeah.
Like I'm sorry. I'm driving wherever I'm going.
Believe it or not, I think a
really
lot
long
of it's
time.
sensationalism.
yeah.
I also study this like every day. I'm also friends with a few captains and a few stewardesses. And, bro, the DC airport, that's a dangerous airport to fly in and out of. And, what happened in Toronto, 45 mile per hour winds, flipping that's a CRJ plane. That's a small little plane.
It's a nightmare.
It was, the media's having a field day with it.
Yeah, absolutely. But also, too, I'm sorry, I don't know anything about planes or runways, but it looked like there was a decent amount of snow on that runway. What? Who? No one was shoveling, plowing.
Listen, hopefully everybody would learn. I was scared of flying, but after speaking to the pilots and a few people, so good. 50,000 flights a day, man.
Yeah, yep.
You know
I
what
mean,
I'm
that's
saying?
including military and everything like that. But I mean, I looked into this. I'm like, 1 in 50,000. I feel
I
like
will say this: I'm petrified of flying.
Me too.
I don't pop vitamins, but if I have to pop real vitamins, you know what I'm trying to say. But if I got to get on a plane and take something, so be it,
Bro.
Because when I was coming back from Detroit, because I have to take something to fly with. It's that simple. It's the only thing that works, bro. If I take something, if I'm home during the day, my whole day's ruined. The next day's ruined. I don't know how people pop vitamins and smoke and do all that. Plane rides, it's because my body needs it because the level of anxiety it's peaking. The medicine's working.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I was on one of those things, bro. The captain's like, we're landing into LaGuardia. One of the best airports is LaGuardia, by the way. Stewardess, sit down, get the trash. We're about to hit some severe turbulence. Bro, the plane went like 5 minutes, and bro, all I remember is because I fly, I put earplugs in. I'm always sleeping, so I got the face mask on. And yeah, I could show you actually, because hold on. Yeah, I got this. I literally, we were in the airport the other day. So this is my thing. And then
Says it in his jacket.
and then
I like the color of that.
yeah, and then I sleep with a bandana around my my mouth. The reason why I do that is because one, it prevents me from snoring on a plane if I'm on a pill. Sometimes if I take a vitamin and I'll start snoring, and bro, I don't want that fucking garbage air going in my mouth.
Stick your mouth on.
So anyway, I remember waking up and the plane going down. I actually felt like I was on a ride in Disney World. And in my brain, I'm like, yo, you should be scared, but my body's laughing. Because, bro, ethnical people on planes, whether you're white to anything like that, everyone has their own different reaction on a plane ride, and it's hysterical. So that needs to be in like an SNL skit or a Dave Chappelle skit, because when you look at different religions of people and religions, bro, everyone has different reactions. It's quite comical, and that in my sick part of my brain, that came in my head while I witnessed different layers of people scream. And I'm just like, okay. But the great thing about landing in LaGuardia is you got Magnolia Bakery. That's some of the best banana pudding in the game.
Oh, right outside.
Yeah.
Is it? Is that inside?
It's in the airport.
Yeah.
So LaGuardia, Queens. Let's hit you with who's got the best Italian dishes around.
So Astoria has more ethnical food, I think, than any other borough. There's a lot of boroughs too. But if I'm ever in Astoria, man, and I ever want type of pizza, I'm going to fucking my buddy Bellucci's. See my brother Matt. Long live my brother Bellucci. That's that. I haven't really explored too much Italian in Astoria for really to hit me. When it comes to here, we got a lot of good Italian restaurants in Long Island. But we also too have a lot of Italian restaurants that just don't do the right thing, and then we have a lot of just places that aren't satisfying. It becomes like Italian diners.
Ooh, that's a good way to put it.
That's best thing like that. When it comes to Italian dishes specifically, you know, I would say people just need to get up and do their own food tours and see what's good out there. You know, like I just had a lobster roll at Jackson Hall in, I don't know if it's East, West, regular islip. Bro, it's one of the best lobster rolls in the fucking game. You know what I mean? Like, dude, it's out there. You know, the thing is, though, is we have so much of everything, and not everything is good.
Yep.
Like shopping center pizzas. Like, yo, Long Island has a pizza problem. A lot of pizza in Long Island's trash.
I didn't say it.
But
Yeah.
Pizza's like
I didn't say it.
But
pizza's
we
like
also
sex.
have a lot of great mediocre pizza.
Yeah, well, pizza's like sex. Even when it's bad, it's good.
To a certain point, you know what I'm saying? It's got to, like, to me, the more provocative the pizza, the better the sex.
So you like the crazy toppings?
No, I like plain, but I do appreciate good toppings. I'm not listen, buffalo chicken, not my thing.
Yeah.
So what's a provocative pizza?
Pistachios, red onions, white pie, done the right way, little mozzarella cheese, maybe a little goat cheese. Those are the type of pizzas I like. Yo, don't get me wrong, man. If I wanted to have like a baked ziti slice, you know, it's you know, but that's those places don't make a great round slice, regular slice. It's always one or the other. That's the thing I see. Shopping center again. Our shopping center. If you took a shopping center pizza and put it someplace in the South, it would be crazy. It would work. You know, but
We're spoiled.
yeah, we are spoiled. But when it comes to, listen, there's a place called Authentico in Oyster Bay. It has some of the best non-Italian dishes you ever had. So for me, I'm not a red sauce guy. I'll get zucchini, saute them in some butter, some dates, some white beans with some bacon fat. And put it over pasta with some pecorino romano. That's how they eat in the old country, man. That's the shit I like. You know, that's what I eat all the time. Like lemon, pasta water, butter, Parmesan Reggiano. Boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say wayo. That's some of my favorite dishes right there.
Is that what you grew up on in Brooklyn? Is that
We
like,
were
like
more-
when you say like in the old country?
Well, no, they were more red sauces, my
Okay.
grandparents, but there were other things else that they did after that. You know, like if the whole family's coming over, it's like 20 of us. You know, certain things had to be made, but you know, I like more old country, original, authentic style of Italian. But you know, if I were to tell you that my favorite Italian doesn't exist in New York, people would say I'm crazy, and vice versa. But
Where is it?
there's Cafe Monterano, which just, I never met a man who literally captures the essence of old school of what your grandmother made in every dish.
Oh, you need that.
And anything that Chris Bianco does in Phoenix, I mean, that's organic ingredients, some of the best, purest stuff. That's some of the best talent I've ever had. I mean, but also, too, the best shrimp scampi I've ever had was in Key West at a place called Rustica. He made me a round deep dish that was one of the best round deep dish pizzas I've ever had. Again, you know, Long Island has some good pizza places. Unfortunately, if I give you a list, there would be that would be a problem. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, we need more better pizza on Long Island. That's Neapolitan. There's more of a Neapolitan problem on Long Island than anything else because 90% of these Neapolitans on Long Island are garbage, and then some are really fucking good.
So some just call their cheese pizza Neapolitan, right?
No, Neapolitan's more of like the round
Style.
Yeah, but it's just cheese and sauce, right?
cheese and sauce. Yeah,
Yeah.
the smaller pie is a Neapolitan.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Pizza's pizza.
Yeah. But also too, sometimes I'm in the mood for a doughy slice. Sometimes in the mood for a sloppy slice. Yo, real talk. I was in Disney World and I had like 3 hours to kill. So I was just driving around looking at weird Disney shit that happens outside of Orlando, outside of theme parks. And then I was like, you know what, man? Let me just take some edibles. And all of a sudden the munchies kicked in. And I was like, this is in October. I was like, yo, fuck this shit. I was like, let me go to CC's Pizza, this all-you-could-eat pizza. And
CC's is great, dude.
Bro, it was absolute garbage, but yo, it was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
When I was younger, I thought that was the best pizza ever.
Yo,
we would come back
it's-
to New York. My
it's
mom's
like-
like, we don't have that.
It's like Ilio's. I haven't had Ilio's in a few years, but if you're going to eat it, bro, it's going to bring back the memory of when you enjoyed having Ilio's as a kid.
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah, so I'm not, listen,
Bagel
bro.
bites.
Whatever, yeah, bro. Whatever you want, it's up to you.
Yeah.
I have so many foods running through my mind. So, you know, you brought up your grandparents, you know, cooking in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
What's the one smell that brings you right back to your childhood?
Sauteed garlic and cigarette smoke at the same time. Yeah. Sauteed garlic and cigarette smoke.
That old style mix, man.
That's the thing like that. I think you know, I'm a big believer the more good you do in this world, the better the outcome of things. And it could also not work that way for a while. But I was named after my grandfather, Albert Fenza, and he was the original chef in the family. So I feel like there's a lot of similarities, but there's a lot of good energy and force that just keeps this motion of Al Fenza going.
Absolutely. Back to the kitchen. What's the craziest thing that's happened to you in the kitchen?
Doing Hug the Chefs. There was an incident one time. I went to go hug the chef. Well, we went to go there. We set it up. And when I walked into the place right before we were about to film, the owner is screaming, and he's got a fucking huge knife in his hand. And he's hitting the fucking blade against the metal table, and his brother and his uncle, they're holding him back, and they're all Italian. And the waitresses are crying. So I get wind of what's going on. And the owner is like, I'm going to kill my fucking ex-wife. And this dude had the blade, and he was ready to kill her, and everyone was holding him back.
Where was she?
I don't know, but all I know is that she did some things to spite him. I saw it. Listen, you can't kill nobody. But this is what I'm going to tell you what was so funny. He wasn't going to do it. He just had to get frustrated. Everyone knew he wasn't going to do it, but he could have been stupid enough that he could have drove there, and maybe, who knows? So the guy's hitting the blade, and he said one of the funniest things, and he wasn't going to do it. So I look at him, and I said, yo, my brother, she's not worth it. And he looks at me with the knife. No, trust me, she's a fucking worth it. And bro, it was just one of those things where everyone wanted to laugh, but they couldn't. And it was just, listen, I don't have a 9-to-5, man. You know, like, I'm able to see some interesting things on a Monday at 2 p.m. or vice versa. And that was one of those things where I was just like, that was great. That was just one of those weird dry, because, yo, The Sopranos, bro, had some of the greatest dry sense of humor in the fucking world.
Yep.
Like, bro, I remember when, this is how my parents would talk. Remember when AJ tried killing himself, and then Tony's talking to the psychiatrist about it, and she's like, you know, it could have been a cry for help. And Tony's like, how so? She's like, you know, the rope was 6 feet and your pool is 6 feet. And Tony looks at her and he goes, either that or he's a fucking idiot. And bro, that is the humor that I love. That's also the humor that I grew up on, you know? So, bro, listen, one time, downtown Brooklyn, my grandmother bought the Pamela Anderson sex tape for me and my cousin. we lied to her. She knew it was a lie probably, but she also had a crazy sense of humor. So, dude, when she handed us the tape, her and my aunt, who had the funniest sense of humor ever, was like, listen, after you're done watching it, we need to watch it, but you're not going to be in the room because it was all over the news. That was the biggest thing. Everyone wanted to watch it. Yeah. Bro, I remember after my grandmother and my aunt were in the room laughing their asses off. Look at these dumb motherfuckers. Look at this. Our fathers would have killed us. Bro, that's funny sense of humor right there, man. You know what I'm saying? By the way, it was like the worst tape in the world. It was just so hype. But I remember like, oh, this is a tape. And like, she knew she was lying, but she knew she wanted to see it too. So it was just like, it's better off they buy it than they maybe go, one of those things like that.
It was. That was below average acting at best. I watched it on Franco's aunt's computer, actually.
On LimeWire.
On LimeWire.
Yeah, that was, bro, the whole world's seen that tape. But you know what, man? Like, at the end of the day, somebody did fuck with them. That was private shit. But, dude, not for nothing, bro. It's 2024. You can't have anything on tape anymore.
Oh,
man.
no.
That shit could come back to haunt you.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think about that. We get in front of the mic, in front of the camera every week.
And, bro, these dudes that be sending dick pics to girls,
bro,
that are unwanted, bro, just think, we pass somebody every day that's a dick pic bandit, and we don't even realize it.
I am
Seriously,
not a dick pic bandit.
We don't even
Rob's
realize
looking
it.
at Mario.
Yeah,
Rob's
not a
Mario.
dick pic bandit.
And
Not unwarranted.
bro.
Mario's not an unwarranted dick pic bandit.
Well,
All right. Al doesn't want to hear this.
but like, you gotta like just be cool, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know who you sending it to that could show their girlfriend, and that girlfriend could wind up ending up looking to hire you one day at a job, knowing I know what that motherfucker's dick looks like,
Dude.
You know what I'm saying? Like some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's slippery slope.
Like growing up, it's kind of messed up. But my mom, obviously, I know Franco since 6th grade, so we start talking to girls or whatever. My mom would always tell us, think with the big head, not the little head.
And one thing that my old man taught me, he just taught me the universal language. I'm going to take a slogan right now that should be taught everywhere in every school. It's the simplest slogan ever. This is what he said. Al, no means no. That's all I needed to know my whole entire life. And you on a first date with a girl, you guys are making out. Don't ask her to go back to her place. And if you do, there's nothing really wrong with saying it, but you shouldn't. And if she says no, no means no. Don't persuade her to do it, because chances are it's never going to work out afterwards. Women, I have 3 sisters. They're basically all Geminis, so it's like having 6 sisters. Bro, women, they could be stupid, but when it comes to fucking the male masculinity, they ain't fucking stupid, bro. It's like they wrote us, so they have us figured out.
That's amazing. I want to hit you with something I thought of. I thought it was creative. If you hate it, we'll just cut it. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, talk to me.
So I'm sitting at Al Fenz's chef's table. But instead of wine pairings, we're doing song pairings. Pair these dishes to a song.
Talk to me.
Ready? Paella.
Bambolea Gypsy Kings.
Ooh, I love that.
Off the dome.
Tomahawk steak.
Are You Gonna Go My Way, Lenny Kravitz.
Jambalaya.
Because there's so much I can go into this. Jambalaya. That's Lil Wayne. A Millie, because that's New Orleans right there.
Mm-hmm.
Penny alla vodka.
Volare, D. Martin.
Mushroom risotto.
Mac the Knife, Bobby Darin.
All right, dude.
Keep on. Talk to me. Just throw this out. This is great. Throw more dishes out. Just throw more dishes out.
All right, I got
Eggplant rollatine.
Award Tour, Tribe Called Quest. I'm in a zone right now.
Yeah, let's go. Pasta Fazool.
Pasta Vazul, La Isla Bonita by Madonna.
chicken soup.
Chicken soup, that's a good one.
Chicken noodle soup.
The
Chicken
Recipe
noodle soup.
by Kendrick Lamar, if anyone knows that song.
Oh, of course.
The
Yeah.
Recipe by Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
I mean, Kendrick shouldn't have been performing in Louisiana if we're talking about that, but
But that's also, to get off that, what we witnessed Kendrick do Okay, I personally loved it. I know a lot of people hated it.
Everyone was yelling at me in my house because I liked it.
There's different audiences that liked it. A lot of people are sounding like their parents when their parents were like, "How do you listen to that?" You became your parents. But bro, listen. That was the art of war. That was the art of war. Pick and choose your battles wisely.
Yep.
Because there was a whole... I love Drake, bro. I have a lot of Drake songs on my playlist. Same thing with Kendrick, too. But I don't think people understand from the East Coast what West Coast rap and Compton is really necessarily all about, bro. Because as New Yorkers, we think New York, but they don't realize what Compton breeds. Yep. It breeds some of the most toughest motherfuckers that ever existed. It breeds some greatest musicians that are billionaires. And it breeds some athletes that are fucking billionaires.
Oh, yeah.
So there was a lot to go behind that. But just like I mentioned with people that are haters, that have skeletons in their closet, you know, pick and choose your battles wisely because you don't know what the fuck could happen to you, man.
Yeah,
you know?
Some people are petty.
Yeah, exactly.
Some people are super petty.
And I don't like to be petty, but let me just tell you one thing right now, man. You know, I remember one time we were little kids. My grandmother was coming back from ShopRite. She was pushing us, and my grandmother was just, she loved to bullshit. She loved all that shit. And I'll never forget when somebody, while she was holding my cousin, or she was holding my sister, I was with my cousin Chris, my cousin Philip. She's taking us back to her house, and she's like, "Oh, did you hear what Deborah said about you at such and such?" And I'll never forget my grandmother's face. She's like she liked it. You know what I'm saying? That's when I knew it was in me, that I love to be petty if it has to be petty. But again, I will say this comfortably. I don't start anything with people. That's a bully. I don't believe in being a bully. I will, if I know, for me, I've never been into a fight. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to fight someone knowing that I could beat up. Listen, bro, if someone really disrespects you, I totally get it. But don't, you got to realize, man, like, I have no reason to ever come at somebody.
Yep.
You want to come at me, just understand, man, that my audience loves to go to restaurants, but they also love to hear someone say, fuck you, you know? If it has to be said,
Absolutely,
don't start no
man.
shit, won't be no shit.
It's just people don't realize what, a platform can do for you now.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays. Everything's at your fingertips. It just takes one person to not pay you back. It takes one person to, do you wrong, and it's just on a click. You can have 50,000 views on that, and that's a lot of eyes to have on something that you did, on the slot.
Yeah. And also, too, like, it's been pretty interesting with the views and all that. And everything's organic, man. But one thing I've learned, and this goes out to anyone, it's okay to get frustrated with the numbers. But one thing that I've seen people with 500 followers have a viral video that took it to another level. Everything is a day-to-day operation. And to restaurants that want to hire followers because this person has 100, that person has 80, you may hire someone who has 500 followers that may get you more views on any other followers who had 1 million, this like that. And, there's agencies that hit me up. I don't need to work with anybody. But some of these agencies hit me up, and it's just like, listen, do you really think that I have time to go on my own dollar to try a generic chicken parm from like an Italian restaurant that you're promoting? Like you're working with an agency, you're getting paid.
Yeah.
And you're going to hit me up to do something free? Get the fuck out of here. Listen, we do a lot of hug the chefs. We work with a lot of people. Certain things are charged, certain things aren't charged. There's a whole format behind this. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of things that I've done in my life on the fucking arm because that's just love. Yep. And some of these restaurants need to really pay attention. Like, you just gave a G to someone who buys Instagram followers. Congratulations.
Yeah, we see that all the time.
It drives me nuts.
And so let's make this thing. Restaurant owners, do you want to know how you could tell if someone buys algorithm? Go onto their profile, okay? Hit the Reels ad. The Reels button where all their Reels pop up. Pop on the first reel and scroll. How does a person have 1,000 likes, 2 comments, and 0 shares? How does a person have 80,000 followers, 20 likes, 2 comments, 3 shares, yada, 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 that formula? Now, listen, I get it. Some videos do better than others on people with millions of followers. That's the way how the story goes. But that's your proof that these people, it drives me crazy, man. It drives me crazy. And also, too, I think...
And it drives you crazy because you want to help, too.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
also,
that's the
too,
thing.
you have a lot of these influencers like to see bigger girls eat food. That's a fetish I'm seeing across the line. Bro, it's weird. And I'm not knocking them. Do what you got to do, boo-boo. But from the things I see on Reddit, because I'm an information bandit. I like to study Reddit. I want to know answers.
Reddit has the answers.
Bro, if you study Reddit for like 2-3 hours on something, you will find the... And I'm not saying that's always true. But these girls are getting a better... Listen, God bless them. But there is an influx of men that like to see bigger women eat food. And it's crazy. That's going to be the new foot fetish. So by all means, think about opening up an OnlyFans and eating food and maybe showing off something, because bro, that's all that a lot of dudes like to see that.
If you're flexible enough to eat with your feet.
Yeah, but I'll see it. And like, listen, man, I respect anybody that's trying to make a living. Like, I could never be a porno star, but God bless them if they want to do that and they could have no shame. God bless them. But, by all means, get that. I'm not knocking anyone that says that. Like, but there is an influx that I've seen with foot fetishes. That's just with that. That's one thing that everyone knows. But when it comes to food fetishes, bro, they like to see voluptuous women eat food. And some of these women, they play right into it.
Oh,
I'll see it. I'm like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? God damn.
I cannot wait
You ain't
until-
holding back.
I can't wait till next week. I'm going to look on our search page, and it's just going to be voluptuous women eating voluptuous meals because he's going to be searching it.
And at the end of the day, what it comes down to is that a lot of these influencers, they all have the same voice. They talk the same. They act the same. It's all the same format. So, whatever works for you. But Long Island does have a crazy influx of influencers. That's why I'm happy to do what I'm doing and travel. But
Well, different states, bro, they eat it up.
Well,
but you can go to a different state as a construction worker and you're going to get a job anywhere because New York is just known for being, blue collar, being workers.
Yeah. And
It's like the same with influence. You got characters on this island.
Yeah, and like, some of it, listen, man, just pay attention, be good. But Instagram is smart now because they're getting sick and tired of the same old videos. They want to see the people, they're not stupid over there in that office because now all that shit that was hot a year ago with the boomerang shots and the voiceovers, that's slowly depleting. And again, just because someone has 100,000 followers, it doesn't mean, yeah, man, you could collaborate them once or twice, 3 times, and work. But it doesn't mean shit, man. Just go. It's all customer service. If you're gonna hire someone to do your social media, do who you ever feel comfortable with, and do who will do something for you if they're on vacation. Bro, if I'm doing something, I'm away, and somebody wants something done, I want things done right away myself.
Me too.
I'm going to give it to them. Yeah, everything in a timely manner. You'll get it within an hour or 2 hours by the end of the day. But, some of these people would be like, oh, my God, I'm on vacation. But people don't know how to secure that bag. Like, I remember one time I had a business owner, one of my biggest clients. They needed something done when I was away in Disney World, and it was imperative. Went to the side, 10 minutes, boom, done. And I turned to my wife. I said, that secured me next month's paycheck and the next month's paycheck after that. I don't think people necessarily realize that. The terminology securing the bag, if that makes any sense.
Because I feel like a lot of people aren't actually securing the bag. They're just talking about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like when you actually secure the bag, it's like, okay, now I can go have fun in Disney because we're good for X amount of time. But in that X amount of time, I'm going to secure the bag a couple more times as well.
You're going to tell this guy I'm on vacation, and then you have to worry that you're not going to get that money at the end of the month?
Dude, the whole, just, you got your phone on you. We say this, Mario's probably sick and tired. Just answer your phone. You
Yeah,
got
exactly.
it on you. I mean, you got two
And
phones
anybody,
on you. Like,
yeah. Listen,
you can't not answer 'em.
Yeah, and like the whole thing is though is that like and also too like to any influencer out there, and listen, I don't know anything, but pay attention who follows you because you never know who could follow you that could open up a lot of doors for you.
Absolutely.
And pay attention who writes you messages
Answer, man.
because sometimes it's really hard the way how Instagram is set up, but it's like I talk to everybody, bro. Male, female. I don't look at it. I look at just a person to talk to. But like some of these dude influencers, they'll only reply back to a girl. They won't reply back to a dude. And these girls, it's the same thing with that. Listen, not everybody's looking to try to get with you. Some people just love food and they want to give you a food recommendation.
Some people just want to hang out. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
It's that simple.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, don't work with people and then act like you're too good for people.
That's the problem. That's the problem, man. Listen, I used to sell hummus in Montauk.
You probably made a killing off hummus and Montauk.
And I met a lot of famous people in that area. And let me just tell you something. Some people are real cool. Some people you're just like, I knew it.
You could smell them.
But Johnny Depp, right? One of the most, no Diddy, one of the most handsome men in Hollywood. One of the most mysterious and sexiest men in Hollywood, no Diddy. The guy who has a lot of money, who literally, bro, that guy is taking pictures with everybody, hugging them, kissing them, stopping what he's doing. And if that guy could do it, why can't you?
Right.
Such a simple thing, man. We see it in sports all the time, too. It's like Aaron Judge is signing autographs. Why are you not out, making the experience for the kids?
Yeah,
You
and
know,
everything
like-
has its time and place.
Of course,
I totally
of course.
get it.
Yep.
You see Leonardo DiCaprio, he doesn't take pictures or sign anything for anybody. But he could have anxiety from it. You know what I'm saying? But, some of these celebrities, though, you could see like, oh, can I just get a quick selfie? No, I don't take pictures out in Montauk. And it's like, yo, man, these people are going to remember this for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
And by the way, when it comes to food cities and food everything, New Orleans, Louisiana is one of the greatest places on earth.
Yes. Yes.
And
it
I
is.
just want to say that I'm able now to spend a lot of time in New Orleans, and I'm excited for it because I'm learning a whole other different style of cooking, of culture that I thought never existed. The food and the music, New Orleans. A place where as soon as you get off a plane and it's a party, New Orleans. Now, yeah, you get off the plane and you got to drive to New Orleans. But when you're in that city, like I say this, bro, even if you go through like an abandoned area of New Orleans, the houses have personalities. They're painted different. There's people having a good time. That's one of the best places I've ever been to in my life.
And that comes out in the food? What's that style you were talking about?
It's just the Creole. Everything's seasoned to perfection. You won't have a bad dish. You could have a bad dish, but it's going to be seasoned the right way.
Absolutely.
They just know what they're doing.
Yeah,
they know
seasoning,
what they're
man.
doing, and just the heart and the culture.
Yeah. A lot
It's
of
just-
love goes into that food.
Yo, when we had a day off, we were just driving around in the middle of the night because that's what I like to do. I don't party. I don't go out. I'll just drive around a city in the middle of the night. Like when I was in Detroit, I drove by Eminem's old houses at like 10, 11 o'clock at night. I drove just drive around. You burn. You drive by his new house. You drive this. You drive where this one, where Motown. And no, I try to find inspiration and shit like that.
Yeah.
But yo, driving around New Orleans, man. Oh my God, bro. There's something electric in that city that I can't really explain. But again, if you're a Long Island Italian where everything is Italian food every day, you're not going to enjoy New Orleans. Don't just go to Villa Roma upstate where everybody else goes.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
Bayou's a special place,
Yeah,
man.
the Bayou's a special
Bayou's
place. Yeah, the South in general.
The Bayou is also its own, like, there's groups of people that, were born in the Bayou that have, family that have come up now, that it's like their own culture there.
It's their own culture,
You know,
and also
and it's
too,
awesome. They're different.
everyone's hello, sir, no, sir, goodbye, sir. And yo, I respect like that, man.
Yep.
And like for me, when I'm in the South and it's the morning, good morning, bro, I love that shit, man.
Yeah.
Like I love saying good morning to people. In New York, it's not really so much a happening thing, but
It's just head
you know,
down.
yeah, it's just head down.
Everyone's got the headphones in now, too, man.
The thing is, though, I will say one thing about New York. when they say this is where the money's at, bro, I do a lot of business in the South. This is how you get a New York deal. This is what I do. Bam, 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 boom. This is what you're getting. Boom, boom, boom. When can you come in? Okay, Tuesday. Boom. Good to go. Check, 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 check. In the South, you got to massage them. Al, I know, I'm going to go over it with my wife and my church partner. Al, they said a go, but we're still going to wait. Give us another week to think about it. We're just going to put things in order. Al, we want you to come on down, and we want you to speak to my wife and my church pastor again, and we want to make sure it's a good idea. All right, Alan, all right, can you put something in writing? All right, we're going to go over it tonight after we say prayer. All right, Al, we went over it. Looks good. I'm going to get back to you in the morning. Al, just one quick thing. I got a couple of questions to ask you. Okay, it's good. When can you come down? Come down. You do the restaurant. All right, Al. But those could be your customers for life. So pick and choose your poison wisely.
Absolutely, dude. That impression was spot on.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is doing business in the South. And if ever I had done business with someone in the South that's a New Yorker to work and do his restaurant, it's that instant speed. We have instant gratification out here.
Yeah.
Also, too, the customer service out here, bro, dude, you go to some of these delis or whatever you want to call them in the South, bro, you could be waiting a long time, but they're calm.
Yeah.
They don't mind it.
It's a different way of life.
No one's waiting a long time with it. Everyone's just living their life.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sitting there counting the seconds on the clock as my sandwich is being made on the griddle. Drives me nuts.
But before Franco hits you with the finishing question, let everyone know where they can find you.
Alfenza on Instagram or wherever you may look, wherever you want to look. Just my name goes by Alfenza.
Nice and easy.
Yeah.
All right, man. The finishing question, man. We ask everybody this. I want to know one person, dead or alive, that you could sit down to dinner with, ask any questions to that they got to answer. Who would it be?
Let's smoke to this right now.
Yeah, let me light up with you to that too. Come on.
So let me just tell you a quick story about how music fascinates me.
Please. You get that?
There's artists that I don't like, but I appreciate. Taylor Swift. Not really a full fan, but I appreciate what she does selling out stadiums.
Love her.
Insane Clown Posse. Their music is trash, but they have the most loyalist fans in the world.
That's like a cult following, man.
Bro, I met a lot of juggalos in Detroit. Great people. We just judge people the book by its cover. Those are some loyal fans. They've been around for 30 years, so I appreciate all aspects of music. So when I would say, who would I want to smoke with and have a meal with, I could sit here and say Hendrix. I could sit here and say John Lennon. I could sit here and say Jim Morrison. There's so much to it.
One person, though.
And this one's hard. My brother, I'm going to have to be the first person to say maybe two because I don't know. It would be, or a coin flip. It would be Elvis and it would be Walt Disney.
I love both of them.
And Elvis gave birth to a lot of people's styles. Elvis is the reason why you see girls twerking on stage.
Oh, dude, Elvis was
and
the first.
Elvis didn't make anyone twerk.
Yep.
But Elvis was the first. The same thing with Jim Morrison. Jim Morrison broke that into being provocative on stage.
To move the
but
pelvis?
Elvis brought sexuality. Bro, concerts, people were like, they would clap at the end. Elvis would perform. He had the whole crowd going nuts, women throwing him underwear. Bro, women were having orgasms watching him because they weren't used to that. So it would have to be Elvis, and I would have to just, because Elvis was the dude. Like, he was like Johnny Depp. He also did have like a lonesome soul.
Absolutely. You heard his music.
He worked better on a broken heart. There's artists like that work better on broken hearts. I would just, because that would just be like, everything I try to do, I try to have that Elvis to it. Just the electrifying. And Walt Disney, bro, you're talking about a guy who literally doesn't have a tattoo on his body, doesn't dress in ripped jeans or a hat. This is what I've been wearing my whole life. He wore a suit every day. And that motherfucker was one of the most creative people in the whole entire universe that created this entity of There's a Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow. He created a theme park, hotels, bro, movies, concepts, rides, characters.
He created a universe in a universe. Is what he did.
And it's funny because I've studied Walt Disney my whole life, and Walt Disney had an abusive, strict father growing up. You know, like, bro, listen, if you had a strict Italian dad, you understand what it's all about. But at the end of the day, Walt, when he was done getting yelled at, he would go into a room and he would go into a trance and close his eyes. And his brother, Roy, said that was my brother using his imagination going to Disney World. Yeah. So I think those two, because I could sit here and say Hendrix, but everyone got inspired from somebody. And I just think that at the end of the day, Walt Disney was the true classic American dream. Fail a million times, but succeed once, and that one time you could succeed could destroy everything else. Yeah. So it would be those two, because Elvis, man, he was just on a whole other different type of level.
It's my dad's favorite. My dad's gonna watch this and he'd be like, Al's the man.
True story. Look at Elvis and look at Jim Morrison in 2025. Just like you look at Sophia Loren and certain others, bro, they have a classic, timeless look that they're, even 100 years from now, they're still going to be considered some of the best looking people in the world.
Absolutely.
So it looks mean nothing, but at the end of the day, one last thing, Elvis, bro, when fans were waiting for him in front of Graceland, he would have his people give them like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. That was like his favorite sandwich.
So it was his Elvis toast. It was peanut butter, bananas, and honey on toast. It's like his famous sandwich. I actually eat it all the time. My dad kind of like grew me up on that.
Yeah, and one thing about Elvis that I truly admire is that
I'm so happy you brought up the toast.
Bro, that guy had more haters than anybody you ever seen in your life.
He was different.
Bro, they call him a freak show. Basically, what it is, it's insecure fucking dudes that never really got their freak on in their life and maybe slept with two women that they still talk about in their fucking 50s, that they have to hate on someone who's naturally who they are. And at the end of the day, look at how much Elvis got, bro. They tried banning him. They tried wiping him off the planet. But, bro, Graceland gets like $26 million a year in just entrance fees.
Nuts.
That motherfucker's doing something right. And
insane.
Walt Disney, I don't know what hate he went through. He just went through a lot of trials and tribulations, but the more hate, the better.
I mean, that man built, obviously, the biggest thing in the world.
Yeah, and just understand, if you're a hater, you kind of technically work for free.
Oh, dude, we love when we have like the comments, especially we get them like on YouTube. It'll be someone where you have no idea who it is, and like the comment is actually, most of the time they're actually pretty funny too. Like we get a laugh out of it, and we're like, why do they even take the time out of the day to put that into?
And
words?
It's usually someone with like 2 followers that follows 5,000 people. Yeah. Or like 2 profile pictures and the pictures of their dog or their cat. Dude, dog, cat, religious people on there, some of them are like the biggest haters that ever existed.
Oh, they're letting out demons. Dude.
Yeah, they're letting out demons. And we've actually tracked a few down. I was going to have a whole thing called To Catch a Troll. But I got some of these motherfuckers. One dude kept on talking shit after shit, going into details. Well, I got a great team that could basically almost find out who everyone is. So we basically found out where this guy fucking girlfriend's works. And she happened to be a realtor. So I called her up. I said, hey, listen, how you doing? I go by the name of Alfenza. So I just want to let you know that your boyfriend says these things to me every day. F this person in the Kool-Aid. Bro, he says the weirdest things to me. She's like, I'm sorry. Don't start no shit, won't be no shit. I would, that, bro, after like 20 days of like stalking me and saying that shit, you just pissed me off. I found you. Other trolls I've caught, and bro, we can end it off like this. When you catch a troll or a hater, you know what happens in the end?
What happened?
They just want to be your friend.
Dude.
They just want to be your friend.
That's the beauty of it.
That's the truth.
Yep.
They just want to be your friend. And that's what I got. And what they always say, but I did get a guy who was a teacher one time that I caught. And as soon as I caught him, you're a teacher at this and this high school, yada, yada, yada. The first thing he said was, Al, I'm sorry.
Yeah, my bad.
And like,
Got him.
Dude, he basically broke it down.
You only say sorry when you're guilty.
He only broke it down. But listen, bro, like no means no. Just say, all right, bro, I'm sorry. I was stupid and things like that. Anyway, long story short, that guy has gotten me more referrals
That's awesome.
than anything else. So at the end of the day, sometimes the haters, they just want to be your friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
Most of the time. I appreciate you having here, my brother.
Dude, this is awesome.
Life
man.
is beautiful.
We made a new friend today.
Of
That's for
course,
sure.
bro.
Dude, this was
Of
awesome.
course.
My man,
Much
thank you so
love.
much, bro.
Much love.
Guys, thanks for tuning in. We're the Oven Podcast. If you're on YouTube, like, comment, share, spank that subscribe button. And audio listeners, follow us, leave a 5-star review. Don't forget, there's always an open seat for you at the Oven.
Yes, sir. We teamed up with Underdog Fantasy. We have a promo code OVEN. We're going to give you 50% cash back on your deposit, maximum $500. That's a free $250 in the bag for you if you do it the right way. It's free money. Money in the bag. And W Energy. Same code OVEN, get you 10% off your first order. I think every order, actually, correct?
Every order.
Every order moving forward. 10% off W Energy drinks. They're the clean energy. We love them. You're going to love them.
Keep it cooking in the oven.